building confidence and authority into your guitar playing. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. If you want to learn about that, hang tight. Hey guys, this is Dan from Guitar from the Heart. And this weekend, I took a little time for myself because I've been basically killing myself between my day job and just trying to get together ideas for guitar lessons that will be helpful for you guys. And you know what I did this weekend? I took out my guitar and I decided to have a little bit of me time and to spend a little time with the instrument for myself, because guess what? I do this because I actually love the guitar and because I want to help you guys to develop into better guitar players yourselves. But you know what? Sometimes the best place to go for more inspiration is to the well. And so that's what I did this weekend. I got my guitar and I just played, and I've been implementing some of the stuff that I've been actually teaching you guys and using it to develop myself further. And while I was with the instrument, I started to think about some things because I'm really trying to decipher what I can teach you guys that will really help you the most. And I appreciate that some of you have been asking questions about particular things, and it kind of gives me insight into what I can teach and what I might be able to help you with later. But I'm trying to think about more of like the big wins. Like, what is the stuff that I wish I knew when I was first starting, that if I knew this, it would have really accelerated my growth and made me a more confident and fulfilled guitar player earlier on in the process with less suffering. And as I had the guitar in my hand and as I was playing, one thing really came to my mind, and it's the concept of playing with authority, of having command of the instrument, of having confidence as we play. And I got to thinking, what has it been that has really helped me to build up my confidence as I play and to have real command and authority of the instrument as I play? And that's what I want to share with you today. On this channel, I've put a couple of videos in the past on confidence, and I'll put a little thing for you to click on to take a look at that series if you want. It has to do with building confidence and how to approach the instrument in such a way that you will build confidence. And I want to come back to that concept today to try to revisit it and to kind of look at perhaps maybe even the psychology or whatever you want to call it behind it that makes this work and makes it actually make a good guitar player out of you. Think about anything in life. Think about, like, for example, for me in the past, like, I've had jobs where I was a manager and I had to take charge of the situation. I had to tell people what I thought they should do next and all this kind of thing. And I needed to make quick decisions on my feet and all this kind of thing. And in order to do that, you need to kind of have a reference point that you lean on, something you believe in that's really gonna be your reference point you're pulling from to be able to make those decisions with confidence and with authority. Where do we get confidence from and where do we get authority from? Basically, in life, it's kind of like trial and error, right? So like when you do something and it doesn't result in a good result, then you say, oh, wait a minute, that didn't work. And then you try something else and maybe that works. And if you try it again and it works over and over and over, then you know it works. And after a while, you start to develop confidence that that works. And as you keep doing the thing that's giving you confidence, ultimately you have so much confidence that you have like authority and you can become authoritative in how you do it. You have command of the situation. Okay? So how do we take this now and apply it to the guitar of itself? Basically, it goes back to what I showed in those other videos back then. It looks like this. When you're playing, if you miss a lot of notes and you're sloppy, you're gonna lose command of the situation. Just like anything else in life. If you're driving and you're driving along and you're scraping cars and you're turning corners and you're hitting a curb, guess what? I mean, not only will the cops haul you away, but you're not going to have a lot of confidence that you want to jump behind the wheel again, right? But when you're driving, when we first learn how to drive, we do everything a certain way how we're taught, and with time it just becomes automatic, and we can with confidence get behind the wheel and take charge of the situation and have authority. So the same way when you're playing your instrument and you're practicing, you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you want to minimize the mistakes, meaning when you go to play a note, you want to make sure actually you hit the note. But not only that, when you hit the note, you want to make sure your technique is right. Like you're not hurting yourself, right? You're not hurting yourself to get that note out. I don't know about you, but like for me, whenever I'm learning a new chord, there's always the temptation to just be completely brutal with these guys and force them into position. It's not the way to go. I might be able to get the notes out, but if I can't do it relaxed and with skill, with dexterity, with skill and finesse, then I can't play that chord. Basically, because if I keep trying to do that over and over and over, and I brutally get my fingers in position, I'm going to ultimately damage my hand or my wrist or something. At the very least, it's going to be an unpleasant experience to play that chord, and I'm going to avoid it at all costs. But if I become a finesser of that chord, then when I go for it, I'm going to say, oh, like, I have command of this. I can play this chord. I have confidence, I have authority, and I have command of this chord. It's very easy, and I'm just gonna, whenever I want to use it, I can use it at will. So whether it's lead guitar playing stuff, whether it's rhythm guitar playing stuff, what you want to do in order to build your confidence, in order to increase your authority over the instrument, and to come to the place where you have command of the instrument, what you want to do is you want to minimize your mistakes. You want to build up your skill to where you're doing it and it becomes effortless from a physical standpoint. This may take a lot of time, may take years for some things. Be patient and make sure you do it right. The less mistakes you make and the more you do something with skill, it's going to increase your confidence and you're going to have command. Think of it this way. When you're playing your instrument, who's in charge? Is the guitar in charge of you, or you're scared and you're just gonna, oh, I don't know, I can't play that. I'm not gonna even try. Or are you gonna take the time and slowly build up your skill to where you can finesse that skill to the point where you can keep executing it over and over and over without any hindrance blocking you from being able to perform the physical skill, because you've built up the musculature, you've built up the coordination, you've built up the technique, and you've done it over and over and over accurately without messing up. You're going to have confidence and you're going to develop a strong command over that instrument. And I really want you guys to have this command over the instrument, because my inspiration for doing this channel is to help you to truly play the guitar from your heart, without having any hindrances, without having the many obstacles that come at us as we try to develop our skills, the things that make us want to quit. I want to help you overcome those things so you can experience the joy of really playing and sharing whatever it is you want to share with the world through your music that you're gonna make. You're gonna become a better and better guitar player, and you're gonna make better and better music that will in turn inspire others to want to make music, and so forth. And so this is the beautiful cycle that happens with us as musicians. One more thing that I want to say before closing this is that the concept of this, and I'm going to actually show you because I have my board here. I don't care, I'll show you my board. Right? Can you see that? Might be reflecting. Right? Who's in charge? Who's in charge? You or the thing? The guitar. You're in charge, right? And now I have the next concept. Slow equals fast, right? And you want to build your confidence, your authority, and take command. But slow equals fast. So that's the main thing, right? That's the main thing I want to, it's the one principle that I want to share that has been very powerful in my life. Years ago when I was a student, and I was studying a very difficult course, anatomy and physiology, was when I first got the inspiration and learned about this trick of slow equals fast. But I've since applied it to develop many different skills in my life, including like athletics and stuff like this. But physically on the guitar, it has helped me immensely. Slow equals fast. What does this mean? What it means, when we try to learn something, what do we tend to do? especially if it's a difficult task, if it's like boring to our brains, if we don't want to deal with it. We try to rush our way through it and just finish it right away, right? But this is not the way you want to go about things when you are trying to develop a highly technical skill, which playing the guitar is. Everything about it is, physically speaking, and even with the theory and everything, everything's highly technical. When things are highly technical like that, we tend to just want to rush through them. We don't want to have the patience and all of that. Remember I said in another video, have a lot of patience. This is really important. You got to have a lot of patience. But that ties in with this same concept of slow equals fast. I find when I want to develop a fine skill that takes a lot of patience to develop, the slower I go with it, the faster I achieve the results that I'm going after. So let's say you're learning a lick, practical application here. You're learning a lick, or you're learning a new chord, or you're practicing a chord change, etc. You take those movements and you practice them as slow as you can painfully bear. And then you make sure as you're looking at it slowly that you're doing it correctly. Then you do it again slowly, correctly. And you do it again slowly and correctly. And you do it to where it becomes effortless, slowly and correctly. And with finesse. And being in charge of the situation, right? You don't walk your dog. Your dog doesn't walk you. You walk your dog. Same way, you take charge of the guitar. The guitars are not in charge of you. You're in charge of the guitar. But you gotta manage the situation. You're a beginner with this new skill. You gotta manage it, take command of it, and take appropriate action, which is to take it nice and easy and make sure you're learning the skill properly. Once you can do it slowly, perfectly, you start to pick up the speed slowly. A little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And after a while, you know what? You'll be able to do it faster than you really imagine it, honestly. Honestly, the things I can do now on a guitar in the beginning, I never imagined. I never imagined, like the stuff you see me doing in these videos every time you watch one of these videos. I never imagined that I would be able to play half this good. But you know what? You gotta be patient. You gotta hang in there. You gotta be willing to do things slowly, because slow equals fast. Take the time, put in the work, and with time, as you do it slowly, your skills will develop faster and faster than they ever could have if you tried to rush it. I'm gonna rush it, and then I'm gonna quit. See what I'm saying? So I really hope this helps and it inspires. If it inspires even one person, then I'm very grateful. This is what I wish I knew 20 years ago when I started playing the guitar. And I want to do more stuff like this on this channel occasionally. I'm going to still do guitar lessons and show the guitar and all of that, but I think sometimes the mindset that goes into trying to approach this very challenging task of learning a very incredibly difficult skill, you got to have the right mindset. You got to have motivation. You got to have encouragement and all of that. And I'm hoping to provide that in some type of way to you guys who are not as far along as I am. And who knows, maybe even somebody who's farther along, but just who needs to hear it. So, hope that helps, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you next time. Play the guitar from the heart and have fun with that.